You did everything right. You showed up. You listened. You held space. You gave more than you had. And somehow you're the one sitting here empty. Nobody asked if you were okay. Nobody noticed you were running on fumes. Nobody thought to pour into you the way you pour into them. And the worst part? You didn't expect them to. Because somewhere along the way you stopped believing. You were allowed to need things. You became the strong one, the reliable one, the one who always has it together. And now you're drowning in a life you built for everyone but yourself. Let me ask you something. When was the last time someone took care of you? Not because you asked, but because they saw you, really saw you. If you had to think about it that long, the answer is probably too long ago. Or maybe never. You've spent your whole life giving. To family, to friends, to partners, to strangers who didn't deserve your kindness. And now your body is telling you something you've been refusing to hear. You're not tired because you didn't sleep enough. You're tired because you've been pouring from an empty cup for years, and no one ever taught you that you're allowed to stop. If you've ever felt guilty for resting, if you've ever felt selfish for saying no, if you've ever given until you had nothing left and then given some more, stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you may explain everything. Subscribe to Voices of the Forgotten, where human behavior is explained, where patterns, emotions, and hidden motives finally come to light. Let's get into it. Before we go deeper, drop your city in the comments. New York, Toronto, London, and one word that describes how this exhaustion feels in your body. Let me explain what may be happening inside you. There's a term psychologists use called compassion fatigue. It was first studied in nurses and caregivers, people whose jobs required them to constantly hold space for others' pain. But research now suggests it doesn't only affect professionals. It may affect any woman who has made caring for others her identity. Any woman who absorbs other people's pain like it's her own. Any woman who gives and gives until there's nothing left. Compassion fatigue isn't just tiredness. It's a deep emotional exhaustion that comes from caring too much, for too long without replenishment. Your empathy becomes a wound. Your kindness becomes a debt your body can't pay. You still show up. You still say the right things. But inside you feel hollow, like you're performing care instead of feeling it. And then you feel guilty for feeling hollow, which drains you even more. Now let me take you back to where this pattern may have started, because women who give too much don't become that way by accident. They're often made that way. Maybe you grew up as the responsible one, the one who kept the peace, the one who managed everyone's emotions before you even understood your own. Research on childhood development suggests that children who grow up in unstable or emotionally unavailable homes may develop what's called a fawn response. It's a survival mechanism. Instead of fighting or running, you learn to please, to be useful, to make yourself indispensable so you won't be abandoned. You learned that love had conditions, that you earned your place by being helpful, that your worth was measured by what you gave, not by who you were. And that wiring followed you into adulthood. Now you're a woman who doesn't know how to exist without being needed, who feels worthless when she's not fixing something, who panics at the thought of being too much or not enough. Here's where it gets heavier. Women who give too much often attract people who take too much. Not always intentionally, but the pattern is consistent. Research on attachment theory suggests that people with anxious attachment styles may seek out relationships where they overfunction. You give because giving feels like control. If you're useful enough, maybe they'll stay. If you're helpful enough, maybe they'll love you. If you're everything they need, maybe you'll finally feel like enough. But it never works. Because the people who require you to earn love will never stop requiring, and you'll never stop exhausting yourself trying. Have you noticed this pattern in your own life? The more you give, the less you seem to receive? Tell me in the comments. I understand this more than you know. Let me tell you what this does to your body, because emotional exhaustion doesn't stay emotional. It becomes physical. Research suggests that chronic stress from overgiving may keep your body in a constant state of fight or flight. Elevated cortisol, disrupted sleep, weakened immune system. Your body is paying for what your heart keeps signing up for. The headaches that won't go away, the tension in your shoulders that never releases, the exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. That's not just stress. That may be your body begging you to stop. But you don't stop, because stopping feels like failure, like you're letting everyone down, like you're not the woman you're supposed to be. Here's what nobody told you about giving. It's supposed to flow both ways. You were never meant to be a well that only pours out. You were meant to be a vessel that also receives. Research on relational psychology suggests that healthy relationships require reciprocity, not perfect balance, but mutual investment. Both people giving, both people receiving, both people mattering. You forgot that you're allowed to take up space. You forgot that your needs are not burdens. You forgot that you can be loved for who you are, not just what you do. The exhaustion you feel isn't because you're weak. It's because you've been living half a life. All output, no input, and no one can survive that forever. So what do you do with this pattern? You don't fix it overnight, but you start telling yourself a different story. First, you recognize that rest is not selfish. It may be the only way you survive. Research on burnout recovery suggests that people who overgive may need to practice receiving, not earning, receiving, letting someone else hold the weight for once. You let someone make you dinner. You let someone ask how you're doing and you tell them the truth. You let someone see you not as the strong one, but as the human one. And you start noticing who stays when you stop performing. Those are your people. The ones who show up when you have nothing to give. The ones who love you not because you're useful, but because you're you. Here's the truth nobody tells women who give too much. You are not responsible for everyone. You are not the fixer of all things. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. The guilt you feel when you say no is a lie. It was planted in you long ago. By people who benefited from your endless giving. By a world that rewards women for disappearing into service. You're allowed to matter to yourself. You're allowed to have needs. You're allowed to rest without earning it first. So let me take you back to where we started. You were sitting there empty, wondering why you gave everything and still felt like nothing. But now maybe you understand. You were taught to pour out, never to fill up, and your body finally reached its limit. The exhaustion isn't weakness. It may be wisdom. Your body telling you what your mind was too scared to admit. You matter too. If this finally gave words to what you've been feeling, subscribe to Voices of the Forgotten. Like this video if you've ever given until you broke. Share it with a woman who needs permission to stop. Comment and tell me what part hit the hardest. I read every single one. And remember this, you can't pour from empty, and you were never meant to. Your love is a gift, but so are you. Start treating yourself like one. This is Voices of the Forgotten, where human behavior is explained, where patterns, emotions, and hidden motives finally come to light.